Hello everyone, welcome to Cosmic Cassie. I did have to change my setup a little bit so that I could get these messages done, so I had to do it in a different location in my house. Hope that does not worry you guys. This message is going to be the February bonuses for those in January that had the most highest likes and interactions on the January bonus readings. So the three signs that I'm going to be doing tonight are Pisces, Scorpio, and Capricorn as the top three that had likes. So give me 1 second. I just realized I didn't grab something, so give me 2 seconds here. Okay, thanks guys. So again, these are going to be those monthly February bonus readings for the three zodiac signs that I had the highest amount of likes for last month's January monthly readings for all signs. So we're going to start off with Pisces, and we're going to just see what comes out for the rest of February, which is going to be the 21st until March. So Pisces, we are starting you. We'll put you at 140. So welcome Pisces. I do want to say that if the reading does not resonate for you at least 90% of the way, please don't take bits and pieces. The way that I receive and ask for my messages is for them to be whole messages, and they're not meant to be broken apart and taken just bits and pieces. Either the whole thing resonates or it is not for you. I also say this because it gets really confusing when you think something resonates and you take a little bit of the story but not the whole story, so then like it never happens and then you're confused and you're conflicted. So my goal here is to eliminate as much confusion as possible. So if it is not like epiphanies and realizations and like, oh yeah, I could see that makes sense, that's definitely that energy, that person, that challenge, and it's not happening at least 90% of the reading, please do not take it with you, okay? Pisces, if the message is channeled, I'll try to make sure I say that rather than just keep reading the cards. You'll notice that I won't be pulling the cards if it is channeled. And I will also let you know if it is more of a predictive energy, so a future energy I see coming in for you. That way you know this piece will not resonate. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and jump into your energy. It's your month. You just had a new moon in Pisces. Let's see what's going on for the rest of February for my Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for the rest of February? Messages do we have for Pisces for the rest of February? The devil the devil did turn over in the deck, and then it actually flipped back over on its own. Six of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the King of Swords. If you can't see right now, these cards are a little worn. I really like these cards. These are the Light Seers deck. So, haven't used them in a while. So I was like, okay, let's pull them out. But I like these. I get good energy off these cards every time. Okay, the devil again flipped over in the deck and then flipped back over. Any other messages for Pisces in February? Any other messages for Pisces in February? I have a feeling that devil is absolutely going to come out at some point. The way that I read cards that do not pop out of the deck, but they do flip over as I shuffle, are possible potential energies, but because it did that twice in a row, that's a pretty strong energy that really wants to come out. So that might be some incoming energy that you're not expecting to come out, but it's definitely on its way. So we shall see. Don't tell me it's the devil. No, okay. I was like, what card is that? I'm just getting any last little bits that they want in here. The main energy that I'm going to be reading is the top 4 cards that I pulled out. These are just like little extra in between the lines kind of energy. And one more. Thank you. Oh, don't fall. Oh, it fell. Okay. Excuse me. There definitely might be something with the throat chakra. I haven't been having any throat issues all day long, literally, until I just started your reading. I feel like I keep clearing my throat. So there might be something going on with communication, or with someone holding back a truth, not speaking a truth, or that could be that devil energy. I don't know why the message I just got is that could be the devil energy coming in communication-wise, is like either blocked communication, so like someone could be getting blocked and that's a part of the devil energy, or it's someone coming in, and I don't know why I keep getting the energy of someone coming in and communicating in a very upset and angry way, very like like arguing, angry, upset, just very like devil energy, like just being mad. So we'll dive into it and see if that comes out later though, because that devil energy did not pop out, so I don't want to pretend like it did. So in your first row here, Pisces, we have 6 of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the King of Swords. Immediately looking at that, what I see by reading the cards is that there is some kind of recognition about you speaking your truth, and that truth is allowing you to actually find your what you would consider maybe like a divine counterpartner, a soulmate, someone that matches you energetically extremely well. They reciprocate by giving you the truth back. It's a very straightforward, non-emotional conversation, which it's actually interesting because what I've been noticing is that Virgo has been operating in Pisces energy lately, and Pisces has been operating in Virgo energy lately. So Pisces have been pulling in their emotions, being more logical, more analytical, a little less emotional about things, and this is allowing you to have some kind of conversation, whether this already happened or it could be happening. I feel like this is something that very recently happened or is about to happen, where there is you feel very, from that 6 of Wands card, what I'm getting very much is it's a personal pride. Like you feel really good that you stepped forward and spoke your truth. You feel really good that you said something and you said it in a very clear way, that maybe you were able to hold your emotions back and allow yourself to properly articulate like how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's going on. And you feel really proud about yourself for doing that. It's like I was able to communicate in this clear, concise, beautiful way with no misunderstanding, and that's what happens when you sometimes remove that emotional energy, is you get this very straightforward, direct communication that you're able to have. And I feel like Pisces, you're very proud of yourself for doing this. Like, I don't know what this conversation was about, because the 10 of Swords is down here in between these 2 cards. What I'm feeling is that it could be about a truth about, oddly enough, a betrayal. I'm not getting a total ending, like walk away. I'm getting more of like there was a situation where you might have felt really slighted about something. You felt very, like someone did you wrong. You just, and it's not, the weird thing is I don't feel the energy is they totally outright dogged you down, did you wrong. It's like the way that you felt it, the way you perceived what they did, it hurt you, and you felt like that person didn't have to do that. That person didn't have to say that. They didn't have to take it that far. You know, why would they not be considerate of me and my feelings and what happened in the situation? I get that kind of energy where it's like they weren't outwardly trying to harm you or get at you or like betray you, but the way you perceived it and the way it felt, it really kind of, it weighed heavy on you to hold this in and keep it back. And so instead of being emotional about it, you stepped forward and you said something to this person. You were very clear with how it made you feel. You were very clear with what you thought about that situation. And it wasn't about validating or unvalidating your emotions. It was about letting this person know, you hurt me. That was not okay. That did not feel good. And this is why it makes sense that I feel this way. It's like you took a logical approach to expressing your emotions about how someone somehow hurt you. And I feel that once you did that, it's almost like you began to see yourself in a completely different way, Pisces. It's almost like you then were able to look at and reveal a hidden talent within yourself, which is, I can communicate this way. I can take a step back from my emotions. I can be very logical. Like I don't have to let people get the best of me because I'm emotional about a situation, because I react and I use my emotions more than maybe others. It was like this epiphany moment for you of like, this is a strength. Like this feels good. It felt good to do that. And this is a strength. This is a talent, a skill, an ability that I have now acquired, because now that I've done it once and I recognize that I've done it once, I'm able to do it again. And I can't remember if it was your reading or not, Pisces, but I did a reading a while ago very, very similar to this energy. And so I feel like it could have been your energy. It could have been your reading. But it was exactly this scenario where it's like, I just realized that I can communicate this way. And you felt very proud of yourself. You felt very accomplished, very like, I knew that I could do it. But now I've actually really done it. And it's like this huge step up for you. And now you're kind of excited about like, what can I do with this energy? What can I do with this new thing that I've learned? And it's all about how I communicate. It's all about how my communication is received. It's all about how people, react and don't react to the ways that I communicate. So it's really like, it feels like an opening of a door, an opening of a portal, a journey. Excuse me. But it's definitely a new energy that you've stepped into here, and it feels good. You're enjoying it thoroughly. But it's like, because you're going through this process, because you're embracing this new side of yourself that you knew was there, but you just didn't know how to maybe tap into it or access it. Because you're looking at it, you're being consciously aware that you just did this, and you're being proud, you're embracing yourself. You took on the challenge and moved forward with this. It's literally bringing you to someone who can match your energy beautifully. I feel like this is someone that at some point, there was a little bit of past energy between you two. If I try to feel that energy, it feels like there wasn't like an intense relationship here. But it's definitely someone that you had interest in. They had interest in you. I feel like there was a shared understanding that you guys were both into each other. For some of you, it could have gotten intimate. You could have tried to move it towards a relationship. But the energy feels still like it's new, even though it is a past energy. And I feel like there was a sad goodbye here. I feel like there was a sad ending. I don't feel like it absolutely wrecked your world, but it hurt. It hurt a little bit. It stung a little bit to maybe part ways with this person, because you really enjoyed them. You really liked them. But I feel like the separation was necessary because you both had to evolve and learn different things before your energy could completely become vibrational and match for you to come together. And Pisces, one of the things that it seems you've had to learn is something around your communication. Communicating things that hurt you and not holding it in. but not communicating it in an emotional way or a manipulative way or a gossiping way, communicating it in a very clear, straightforward, this is the facts of what you did and this is how it made me feel kind of way. So it's learning to not be not as emotional with your communication style as you might have been before, but you also had the challenge of not just communicating that way, but embracing the fact that you were able to communicate that way when you have all these emotions stirring up inside of you, screaming to get out, having the self-control to hold back, communicate logically, articulate how you feel in a very clear, concise way, and not react emotionally, even if the other person does not respect what you're saying or does not honor what you're saying or apologize. It doesn't matter what the other person's reaction is. It's the ability to hold those emotions back, stay clear, stay straightforward with it. But even after the situation's over, being able to feel good about what you just did, feel good about the communication that you just gave this person, even if you still have those emotions within you. It's like, I'm going to work these emotions out in myself, but I'm not going to throw them at someone else. I'm learning to work through them within myself rather than throwing them out through communication and kind of sometimes stirring the pot up and making things a little messier, right? So it was the challenge of not just communicating, but embracing the way that you're learning to communicate in a different way that's unemotional. Learning to handle those internal emotions on your own and not expecting other people to handle them for you. And I feel that when you learn this lesson, when you embrace that lesson, that's what creates the vibrational match between you and this other person. I do feel like there is no communication because, again, I feel like there was a break, there was a split in the past, and I feel like that's why you're both showing up in the Queen and King of Swords energy. Not only because there was no communication between you two, but I'm getting an inkling here that one of the things they also had to learn was something to do with their communication as well. It might not have been the same as yours, but there's heavy communication energy here, but I feel that it's separate for both of you. It's not about communicating with each other. It's about how you communicate as an individual on your own. And you had to learn something and they had to learn something. For some weird reason, I'm getting that this person, their communication that they had to learn, and we can clarify, is more of the active listening piece, more of the taking in information and communication that is given to them and actually processing it, thinking about it, absorbing it. This could have been someone that just kind of rampaged through anyone that tried to communicate with them in a way that they didn't like. If they disagreed, they don't hold their tongue, they just would blurt out and they would not let another person get a word in, kind of like an obnoxious communicator where it's like, I'm not going to listen to this because I don't agree with it and I'm not going to validate anything and da 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 da. It's like that kind of person. And I feel like what they had to learn was silence. They had to learn to stop talking, let people express how they feel, take it for real, for serious, actually take it in to their energy, their mind, their brain, their heart, and feel and understand what this person is trying to tell them, rather than like bulldozing someone that you disagree with. And so oddly enough, it's like you had to learn to speak your truth in a different way, and they had to learn to stop speaking and allow people to speak their truth to them. So that would make sense why you guys could not vibrationally match until you both learned this lesson here. More about this person. Let's see if I can pull a little bit more about them just so that you have a good understanding of who this might be for you. King of Swords. The Emperor did come out. It did come out kind of sideways, and I'm going to leave it that way. I feel like this person is... when I see the Emperor, it's not necessarily that... I'm not getting that they're poor or anything, but what I'm not getting from the Emperor card is like, oh, like this person has a lot of money and they're a boss. I feel like this is a control thing. And the reason it came out sideways is because this person is learning to release control of everything around them. I feel part of the reason they communicated the way they did is because it was their attempt, without them realizing it consciously, that was how they controlled the people and the situations and the environment around them, was by controlling the communication that was allowed and not allowed. If it does not resonate with me, if it doesn't make sense to me, if I don't agree with it, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to feel it. I'm not going to allow you to make me feel it. It was a way that they controlled their environment and the people around them. I don't feel they did this maliciously. I feel like this is like something they learned as a kid or something, where something happened. We're not going to dive deep into that, but I do pick up the energy of like, this is something they learned how to do in childhood. They learn not to respect what other people say to them. They learn not to allow people to tell them things that they don't like to hear. They could have heard one too many truths that were just a little too harsh and painful, and they didn't absorb that in a healthy way. So now they just push away anything that could possibly make them feel shitty about themselves, about something they've done, about the way they think. It's like, just no, I'm not going to entertain that. I'm not going to listen to it. You're not allowed to tell me anything, is the energy I get here. So this person's learning to release that control aspect. They're learning that they don't have to control other people's truths in order to be a good person. That sometimes other people's truths can help you become a better person, right? Tell me more about this King of Swords. Who might this King of Swords be? Who might this King of Swords be? I got a peek at the star here. It kind of wanted to come out, but it didn't flip over. Sorry, guys. I know that probably wobbled a little bit. The moon. So this is definitely someone who, excuse me, this is someone who, it could be that, okay, so the energy I got is not the quite exactly the same as the message I'm getting, so I'll tell you the channeled message I got, which was, this person, when you try to dive into this person's past, their background, previous relationships, childhood, family, friends, anything personal to them, when you try to ask about them or get information or just conversation around it, they got really guarded and they immediately would withdraw from the conversation. Like, this person would not share anything about their past. And I feel like that's part of the reason why there was kind of like a painful but agreed split here. I do feel like it was like mutual, like you both had an understanding, whether it was vocalized or not. Like, they kind of realized and knew, I'm not ready for a relationship, and you kind of recognized and knew, I can't be with someone that won't open up to me, that won't access emotion or like go into their past. Like, I can't be with someone that tries to take anything emotional energy and hide it into a sack and throw it behind them as if it doesn't exist. Like, I can't be with someone like that. And at some point, I think after dodging so many questions and trying to avoid so many conversations, this King of Swords energy also realized, like, wow, I cannot be emotionally available. Like, I can't be vulnerable. I like, it's almost like something that they not necessarily tried to avoid, but they were so uncomfortable with tapping into those painful emotions that they just would not allow there to be a conversation around it. They wanted to put their past in their past and never bring it up, but that became toxic in a way, because if you don't work through your past, then what kind of healing are you doing? What kind of growing are you doing if you just allow your past to be in your past and you never try to even, like, because of this person, I don't feel they wouldn't even like mentally sit down by themselves and go through it. It was like, nope, it does not exist. I don't see it. It never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go get dinner. Like, this person avoided all costs talking about anything emotional, and that's a part of that control issue there. It's controlling the emotions. It's not allowing anyone to break in to allow the emotions to occur. And it's really difficult to be with someone in a relationship that does not allow their emotions to come out. But I don't feel like it was you, Pisces. I feel like it was a lot of just painful history and past and memories and feelings. And it was like, channeled message I'm getting here is it was no, sorry, this is not channeled. This is more energy. This is an energy read. This is the energy I'm getting from it. It just came through so strong that I felt like, is that a channeled message? It's like, no, this is just really strong energy that's coming through from this person. It wasn't you. It was, if I open my heart up to love this person and I allow my emotions out to love this person, what it also does is it allows other emotions to come to the surface, and some of these emotions I don't want to feel because they hurt and they don't feel good. It could be a love gone wrong. It could be a childhood memory that's coming up that involves love somehow. It could be anything, right? But it's like, it's like they consciously know, if I open my heart and truly let the emotion out to love this Pisces, that means everything else in my life attached to love, all that emotion will also surface, because you can't just pick and choose what you use that emotion for. Everything comes with that emotion. And they just were not able and capable or ready to deal with that. And so I feel like this person did try to love you, but it's like it wasn't received well because they would not open their heart. They would not be emotionally in love, even though mentally they were in love. They knew the love was there, but they could not allow it to surface in an emotional way, because then everything else with emotions would also surface. So this is something that, again, this person did while you were together or while you knew them, and it's a part of the reason why you both kind of went your own ways. They knew they weren't ready, and you knew that they weren't ready, and it kind of just led to a departure. Like, I get almost like a silent departure. I don't feel like there was a ghosting energy. There wasn't an argument. There wasn't like hate. There was definitely pain with the loss of each other. And I got clear, loud ringing in my right ear when I said that. And so, again, I don't feel like this was a very like dramatic, over the top ending. It was very much like a silent agreement, a silent understanding. And again, it could have been vocalized, but it was just kind of like, I know that we have to go our own ways. Like, you both intuitively knew this, and you knew it was coming. You knew it was going to happen because you both had things you had to learn on your own. One more card for how Pisces would know who this King of Swords is. We had Two of Cups and Knight of Wands that wanted to pop, or sorry, oh my god, not the Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups that wanted to pop out, or wanted to flip over. One more card for how Pisces would know who this King of Swords is. How would Pisces know who this King of Swords is? Okay. Immediately, the message that came to me, channeled immediately when I seen that, is they both feel stuck without each other. Because I don't feel like it's just this King of Swords. I feel like it's also you, Pisces. There's an energy where you both feel stuck in love almost. Like you just can't maybe find that person that does it for you. You can't you just feel like there's something there, and you just can't leave it. You can't move on from it. Yes, you can like actually move on from it and leave it in the past. But there's always just something tugging at your heart almost, where it's like, I can only move a certain distance away from this person before it really starts to like fuck with me. And when I say that, I mean like an energetic string being attached. Like they always talk about cord cuttings, right? It's almost like you and this person have a cord. And when you try to leave each other, emotionally, spiritually, when you try to walk away and disconnect and detach and really leave this person, it's almost like you can do it all the way up to the edge point, but then there's something that just doesn't let you jump 100% off that edge, because it's like a cord is attached and you just can't take that final step to truly disconnect 100% forever from this person. It's like you will walk all the way up to the very edge where it's like, okay, one more step and this cord is broke. This cord is not coming back. I'm over them. It will never happen. I won't think of them. I will move on. This person will be nothing to me in my future, my past, nothing. Like I am healed and moved on and just done, right? You will walk all the way up to that edge, but it's like something just doesn't let you take that final jump. It's the same thing for this person. They can walk all the way up to the edge in the opposite direction, but there's just something that will not allow them to just take that final step to really put it to rest. It's like you guys can't put each other to rest. Whether it's because you are karmically tied, there's more lessons to be learned, your divine counterpartners, twin flames, like that I don't know. Only you will know that based on the energy and your intuition and, you know, your experience with this person. But I do feel there is some kind of tie with each other that also keeps you stuck from moving on from each other. So it's like a blessing and a curse, because you can't totally leave each other's energy, but at the same time, when that happens, how are you going to let something new in if you cannot completely detach from each other? Okay, so I don't know if it's like you guys need to have one last hoorah, if there's still a lesson to be learned, or you're not meant to be out of each other's lives. I don't know what it is, but it feels very much like you can go all the way up to the end of the line with this person, and I feel like some of you are crying right now, and if you are, I feel that energy. And I'm sorry, because it is very frustrating. It's hurtful. And that's how I feel the energy is like. You get to that end of the line. You get to that one step before you hit the end of the cliff here. And like it's done forever. And it's almost like you go through this mental and emotional process of like, it's like all your feelings come back all at once. For every feeling you've ever had for this person, it all comes back. It hits you at once, and it's almost like that much emotional energy hitting you at once is what pushes you away from the cliff, and then you start the process over. You don't necessarily always run back to this person. I don't get that. I think that you guys actually don't talk right now. There's low communication, if any at all. And so you're not running back to them, but it's almost like that emotional punch just keeps pushing you back, and then you have to start the process all over of like letting them go, edging closer and closer, and it's like every time you get to that cliff, it becomes very emotional, because it's like I feel like there's a true deep love between you two, regardless of if it's spoken or not. There's definitely a tie here. There's a deep energetic connection here. And it's like for either of you, every time you try to take that final jump, and you want to, you have it in your mind consciously, you want to, but that emotional punch comes in and it reminds you of everything you need about this person to push you way back, to push you closer, even if you don't come back together with them. Even if you don't talk to them, it pushes you back so that you can't jump off the cliff with that. And so I'm sorry that's very frustrating. It's a very emotional energy to be in and to go through, especially if you're not with this person, you're not talking to this person. So let's just look at advice and outcome here. I want to navigate out of this energy because I do feel like explaining this is making some of you a little emotional, and I that's not what we want to be here for, right? I want to make you guys feel good and happy. I don't know if some of you need to go to the doctor either. I just immediately, as I said that, I got like piercing pain around my heart and my chest. And I don't know, the first thing I took from that is like, some of you might need to go to the doctor. There might be a health issue, a medical issue. Maybe that's a part of the reason you're not talking. Maybe this person's going through something like that. But it was very instant, piercing, like lightning bolts in my chest area. So if it's you, if you're experiencing pain like that, get it checked out. Better to know than not to know. What is the potential outcome here? 7 of Pentacles. Potential outcome for Pisces. What is the potential outcome for Pisces? I do get all of this in a very heavy February energy. I feel like the outcome and advice are the only things that are edging into March, like the first week here. Okay. For potential outcome, I have 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the Chariot. By the way, 747 here. So that might be a number sequence that you guys are seeing or is important to you somehow. Could be July, could be April, could even be like May, the 14th, something like that. So we have 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, Chariot. The energy that I'm getting from this is very much as a potential outcome. It's almost like, I gotta think of the right way to say that so it makes sense. Is like it's almost as if you guys if you and this person are in no contact right now, like you guys aren't talking to each other, there's a lot of distance, or the communication is like very, very like obsolete almost. What I'm feeling is that you both have the same energy towards each other because you're both navigating into these energies to be a vibrational match, okay? You're closing some things out, they're closing some things out that they need to learn and that you need to learn. But it feels like, okay, this side feels heavier. They have a little bit more to close out than you might have, Pisces. So it might take them just a little bit longer because their side's a little heavier here. But what I'm feeling is like you are both energetically feeling the same way about each other. There's a lot of telepathic communication going on, a lot of like you're receiving their energy, they're receiving your energy. Like there's a lot of empathic ability between you two because you're picking up on each other's energies constantly. But from doing this, but being separated in the 3D, it's like you are being forced to tap into the 5D. So if you've ever seen like experiments where like if you cover your eyes for an extended amount of time, your hearing gets better. And it's because when you lose a sense, one of your other senses is enhanced to make up for the loss of that one sense. And so that's kind of what's happening is on the 3D, the separation is forcing you both to access more of that 5D energy to meet and be with each other. And that's why you might feel even more empathic energy with this person than you probably ever have before. You're both, not one of you, you're both accessing that 5D area here. And by doing that, not only are you tapping into more like high vibrational, healing, loving, higher perspective energies that are helping you as an individual, what it's also doing is it's almost energetically healing each other. Because now you're back and forth. You're throwing a 5D energy ball back and forth rather than this 3D energy ball back and forth. Or where one of you's in 5D, you're throwing the other one 5D, they're throwing you 3D, and it's like there's no healing happening. But when you both access 5D energies, you're healing yourself just by being so tapped and in tuned with that energy. But when you're throwing that energetic ball back and forth at each other, those feelings, those understandings, those learnings, that wisdom, it's almost like you are healing each other by not being together. And at some point in this healing, when you guys do the healing that's required, you get on the same page, you're both energetically aligned. When that happens, it's like an instant change. It's like, click, all the lights are on, and we're married, and it's 10 years down the road, and we're living happily ever after, okay? Obviously, if you want this person cool. If not, then cool. You always have power to make your own choices and decisions here. But that is what I am seeing as a potential outcome here, is like the more that you are energetically healing each other as well as yourselves by being apart in the 3D, as soon as there is energetic alignment, as soon as you guys are both in the same place at the same time, energetically, frequency, vibrationally, okay? It's almost like you guys just, bam, you smack together and you're off. There is no more hesitation. There's no more doubt. There's no more fear. There's no more healing that needs to be done. There's no more karma that needs to be worked through. It's like, bam, you guys are a perfect match and now you can move together, okay? This sounds very twin flamey. I won't lie. But obviously you will know your own story. This could be as simple as a soulmate, a karmic tie. Maybe that bam, snap, now we're off is not meant to be like you guys being together. Maybe it's you guys can both finally cut the cord and jump off the cliff and meet your happily ever after. You know, now you can finally separate from each other. So I don't want you to walk away feeling like, oh, absolutely, this person is my, you know, twin flame and we're going to come together and it's going to be beautiful. It's like, no, sometimes twin flames aren't meant to come together. Sometimes you think it's your twin flame and it's really like the most karmic soulmate that you've ever had in this world. Like, and they're teaching you and healing you and you guys are doing it for each other, okay? You will know your own story for that. But that is what I'm feeling for you, Pisces, okay? Really quick advice. What is Pisces' advice for the rest of February? What is Pisces' advice for the rest of February? Oh, you know what? I was like, oh, give me at least more than one, you know? Didn't even realize there was two here. Placement is weird, okay. Thank you. Your advice, Pisces, is continue to focus on you, celebrating, rejoicing, staying in this high vibrational energy. Allow your intuition to guide you, but protect your energy. Make sure that when you're having interactions with people, you're enjoying it. It's bringing you positive energy. It's making you feel good. It's keeping you vibrationally high, and you're not allowing any low vibrational people or energies to come towards you. Oh, excuse me. And so I don't know if I actually said it. So we have 3 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. And so it's like you need to continue to guard your energy, because that's what's allowing you guys to heal faster. Not just you, but them as well. That is what's helping you move through this process in a high vibrational way, so that the outcome can come faster, so it can come cleaner, so it can be more effective, more abundant for you both. Because this is a lot of stuff to work through energetically. So if you're allowing all these like low vibrational things to come in and interrupt you, this is going to be a very difficult process for you to go through. On the other hand, in divine timing, that tower will fall. In the right time, once that healing, it's almost like I said, right? Once that healing has been done, the karma has been cleared, the alignment has happened, it is like bam, it is a quick turnaround, it is a quick change. Something quickly occurs, whether it's you coming together and going forward, or you both finally jumping off the cliff and meeting that perfect person. For some of you, it's the first thing, and for some of you, it's the second thing. But there's definitely, like, the second that this process is complete between you and this person, there is a sudden, instant, fast change, and it is all divinely timed. It is all divinely timed because it all depends on when this process ends for you, okay? It's not like I can tell you in the next 3 months that'll happen, in the next 2 weeks that'll happen. Each of you are going at your own pace. The more you stay in a high vibrational energy, the more that you protect your energy and don't allow lower vibrations and energies to come down and bring you down, the more that you stay in this positive, happy, enjoyment, fun mindset energy, okay? The faster you're going to get through this process. But you cannot rush it, obviously, because there's someone on the other end, and it also determines, what are they doing, okay? But because you guys are playing off each other's energy so much, I promise you, if you're staying in this energy and blocking anything negative, it's transferring over to them and they're doing the same. So you guys are it's like, whether you like it or not, you're in collaboration with this person, and it's you two that determines when this process is over, But the minute that is over, I strongly am getting a feeling like either you come into alignment with this person because it's meant to be with this person, or that cord is finally being snapped and setting you both free. And it's almost like you're falling into the arms of the person you're meant to be with. Either way, there's a happy ending here. Either the cord gets cut or you use the cord to go towards the future. Some, whatever. I'm bad at analogies here. But Pisces, that is the bonus reading for February that I have for you. I hope this helped. And if it did, please like and subscribe for more videos. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in your March collective reading. And if you guys have one of the top 3 signs that has the most likes on their videos, then I will be doing a March bonus for you at that time as well. Depending on like the February likes and stuff like that. I'm getting tongue-tied here. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for being here and allowing me to tap into your energy. You guys have an amazing rest of your February.